Okay, I will be slightly better behaved now. Okay, welcome to week 12. All right, let's jump into our market overview and see how everything is shaking up. Let me just make this bigger. Here, let me just full screen this. Okay, all right. Okay. Our anti-inflation poodle's making noises behind me, so just checking. I took Cola up to Mission Peak on the weekend. That was fun. If you guys haven't hiked it before, they did fix the pole on the top. Someone cut it down and it's been re-welded. How do they drag welding equipment that far up? I don't know. But, yeah. Okay, cool. So here's the ES, and I just want to take a glance at how it's being priced into the future. So here's our product depth lookup, and we don't have a lot of volume going forward, but at least by September, we do see the S&P melting up nicely. Okay, just want to check. Let's go to the charts. Okay. Yeah, we're still seeing good inflows. It is matching the peak from 312. But yeah, still steady here. And I've been watching the option analytics very closely this week. And yesterday, this spiked to about, I think almost 4 at one point. Then it came back down to 3, which is still really high for the ES. So this is the put call ratio. And there was a lot of uncertainty regarding Jerome Powell's decision. So yeah, I haven't seen the smart money hedge up that fast and that extremely in a while. So yeah, so we're seeing 80% play here on the low deltas on the put side. So serious Hail Mary wagers here. But yeah, let's continue down the S&P 500 family and take a look at the SPX side, the big boy option contracts, the playground for all of our zero DTE squad here. And let's take a look. All right, cool. So this is a bit significantly more optimistic. So this is a normal trading day for the SPX crowd. Looks like it's 1.347 on the put call ratio. Pretty normal. Deltas look fairly normal as well. And if we go to SPY, we'll take a glance at the sentiment from the retail side. And for those of you who are wondering, why is there an SPX product in general since there's SPY? 1 share of SPX is worth 10 shares of the SPY. So you do get that additional leverage, as it were. And the fees for trading it are a little bit higher. But it's definitely cheaper than trading 10 shares of SPY. Cool. And then here, SPY, we're seeing hope springs eternally for the retail side. And it's a 1.091. Very, very bullish. And as you can see, no one's really paying attention to the Hail Mary deltas here. All right, cool. And let's pivot to the Qs and check out how the more tech-oriented side of the index is looking. Wow, this is super slow. Let me turn off some programs. Come on, NASDAQ. Meanwhile, Wani, did you figure out your iron condor? I hope. Okay.
Oh, I'm still figuring it out right now with Flavius.
Okay.
I close one leg. I close one leg. I have the other one to figure out right now.
You
I'll
can
let you
just
know.
you can just
Mhm.
go to your just go to like your position site and just manually close it out. Like I got stupid ACN still bugging me, but like
She's fine. She's all out. She just
okay,
has some
okay.
extra legs she can get extra money on. But
Okay, 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 okay.
she's completely, there's no more.
Okay, okay, good. Just check it.
It's all out.
Oh,
Okay.
Flavius. So what do I do with the put, the 88, 83 put? Just leave it?
like I said, sell the 83 by itself for 1 cent GTC and let it stay like that for Friday. That's a bonus. So
Yeah,
And
that's a
what about-
lottery ticket. Yeah,
yeah, you
with that
have
free
two
float.
lottery tickets, a single put and that spread. I created you a lottery ticket for both of them. So try to sell them. If they don't, that's fine. Let it expire. You're all out. You're good.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. I didn't follow.
So
That's
So
okay,
fine. Just go to the direct message. We don't need to keep
Okay,
up
yeah,
with it.
Okay, yeah, I know. I don't want to do that. Okay, all right, I'll do that.
okay, cool. All right. No worries. Jumping back to the NASDAQ. All right, let's see how we're looking. We're up for today. Yeah, pretty bullish day. 1.22. Yeah, relatively speaking, yeah, it's a fairly bullish day. It looks fairly normal. Sizzle index numbers look correct. Okay, cool. Let's transition to the Russell 2000. And this is the schizophrenic index because it loves to overreact compared to the S&P, to the Dow, and to the Russell. Oh, sorry, to the NASDAQ. All right. And this is usually, yeah, a bit of a hypochondriac. And the put-call ratio likes to live at 2.3. And we're like a whole integer below that, which is a little bit wild. And yeah, deltas do look at 0 to 20. Okay. 52%. Yeah, it's decent. Okay. Let's pivot to the diamonds and see how that's gonna look. Okay, diamonds. Diamonds also up 0.81 for the day. This is usually the most bullish index, generally speaking. This is about number 2 at the moment. But yeah, very thinly traded, as you can see. So I don't think anyone really actively trades this. I think Eversley does. I was glancing at one of his recent posts, but I did see a mention for this. But yeah, let's pivot to the VIX. VIX is it's not really a fear index, but it is analogous to that, sort of. And this is basically measuring the implied volatility of the S&P 500, but inversely. So bullishness here is an expectation that the S&P goes down. And this is a little bit more extreme earlier in the week, pre-FOMC. But now that that surprise factor is gone, we're out of the 14s and back into the 12.95 camp. So yeah, this is just unbelievable. I cannot believe VIX is so underrated. And once we get to our disaster black swan list and theaters of war list, this will also be bewildering. Was there a comment there somewhere? Okay, let's jump back to our notes. Did someone else join? Oh, Lord Tethers has joined. Welcome, welcome. How do I have this many viewers? Okay, something is interesting in Google Docs. Am I getting spammed? How do I have 33 viewers? Okay. As long as no one has edit permissions. Okay. Let's transition now to, we did our overview. Let's look at the sentiment data. Cool. So looks like the American Association of Individual Investors, the super buy and hold cohorts, these folks are still seeing significant bullishness for this week. But there have been some more bears at least showing up. Okay. Interesting. And let's go to CNN and see their market breadth indicators. And last I checked, this was 72, 74. So we're still at 76. And let's see, 1 year ago, it was fear. Ha ha ha. Okay. And let's see, we're still trading above the 125-day moving average that CNN likes here. Stock price strength, this is comparing new 50-week 2 highs versus 52-week lows. And we're still very skewed for that upward bound contingent, indicating potential extreme greed. Here we're seeing stock price breadth, which I like a little bit more. So this is looking at the number of overall shares on the New York Exchange that are rising versus the number of shares that are falling. So here we're kind of still seeing something that's above neutral, but not great, but still somewhat bullish. Okay, so kind of treading water at the moment. And here's our put call options snapshots. And again, COVID and 2019 or late 2019, those numbers were above 2.0 and we're at 1.79, which is a bit of a joke. Okay, so yeah, so still looking for that falling knife in the market, and it's not coming. Okay, all good. Let's pivot to our Stock Traders Almanac. And this is from the analytics of Jeffrey Hirsch and his team. And let's get the March readouts. We should be expecting potentially mid-month strength and late-month weakness are most evident. Recent record S&P 13 up, 8 down, averaging 1.1%, the 5th best month overall. Rather turbulent in recent years with wild fluctuations in large gains and losses. March 2020, Dow declined 13.7%, worst March loss since 1938. And March has been taking some mean end of quarter hits. Blah, blah, blah. Last 3 or 4 days, Dow a net loser 22 out of the last 34 years. And the Nasdaq was hard hit in 01, down 14.5% after a 22.4% drop in February. And it's been the second worst Nasdaq month during presidential election years, averaging 1.6% down. And it's been up 7 and down 6 years. And it's the third down month to gain more than 1,000 points in 2016. Okay. And if we peek down the rabbit hole into April, April is still the best Dow month since 1950. April 1999 is the first month ever to gain 1,000 Dow points, 856 in 2001, and knocked off its high horse in 2002. It's been up 16 straight years from 06 to 21. And April 2020, Dow was up 11%, best April since 1938. And that was just the COVID recovery, if you guys remember. And it exhibits strength after tax deadline in recent years. Stocks anticipate great first quarter earnings by rising sharply before earnings are reported rather than after. Rarely a dangerous month. Recent exceptions are 02, 04, 05, and 22. Best 6 months of the year end with April, and presidential election year Aprils since 1950 have been around 1% gains. And end of April, Nasdaq strength begins to fade. Okay, so we got a tumultuous March. Shout out to Julius Caesar here. And then we have a sunny spring, looks like. Okay. Awesome. Let's look at sector rotation. I pasted some screenshots here from the Tuesday close data of our high flyers, but we can look at this live-ish now. And if you guys have any individual tickers, happy to take a closer look. And let's look at the 11 subsectors first that make up the S&P 500. So here we have our nice sector rotation quadrants here. This is a 5-week tail, so each chunk is a week, and long tails indicate heavy price action movement. So we're seeing the collapse of the real estate sector and inflows into energy and oil. That's mainly what's happening, looks like. So yeah, energy and oil coming up in a big way. So thinking back to Warren Buffett's 13F in Occidental Oil, that's been a good play. And real estate, it's no longer sector leader. All right. And if we look at XLE membership, let's take a closer look. Who is our top performer? Lots of names I don't recognize, but let's take a look. Let's see. Okay, here's Oxy. Okay. Valero, Marathon Oil, Baker Hughes. Okay. What's not doing well? EQT, Chevron. Where's Exxon? XOM? How can XOM not be up here? Oh, here it is. Okay. So Exxon's doing much better than Chevron. Interesting. Okay. And Chevron's headquartered in San Ramon, right here, in the Bishop Ranch complex. And let's take a look at real estate. We haven't looked at this in a while. And if this is losing, who's the top losers? Equinix. Oh, okay. So this is data center REITs here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of real estate in here, so it's kind of you kind of need to know which sector is which. Like here's strip malls for Simon Property Group, public storage that we all know. Yeah, okay. Don't have time to, but yeah, let's see, Equix. Yeah, we should maybe take a look at this later. Okay. Oh, let's take a look here. We haven't looked at this in a while, but here's Equinix. Is Alan still here? Any scuttlebutt?
Yes, yes. What's up, dude?
Any scuttlebutt on Equinix for their data
Not
centers?
the top, but I noticed that there's been like a big since I'm unemployed, I've been like looking, I've been noticing a lot of data center migration gigs coming up. And
Ah,
yeah, and it's not just Nvidia, it's also Oracle, there's all the large entities. There's been a lot of these. So there's something up. It's either they're trying to, a lot of people are trying to go and host their own and migrate off. So I'm wondering if something like that is happening.
is there any regional trend to the openings that you've seen? Is it clumped in certain areas?
Not that I'm aware of. Just majority of these positions, they basically state remote, and it's along. It's pretty much along like the West Coast. A lot of it is the West Coast, like Oregon, Portland. I've also noticed the same thing with Microsoft too. So I'm pretty certain there's some stuff going on with Azure as well.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's kind of like a very interesting trend. I never expected to see this, but there's a big demand for it. And I supposedly like NVIDIA's there's a big consolidation of labs. So that's what I got a pulse on.
Got it. All right, keep us posted.
Will do. Will
Mhm.
do. I may be visiting you guys for another trip. We gotta make a dim sum run.
Sounds good. Wong Sifu, yeah.
Sifu Wong. We gotta visit Sifu Wong, dude.
But yeah, let's look at individual tickers. Let me know if you guys want to drop anything into our giant list here. Just adding some of our crypto and meme stocks. Any other tickers you guys want me to throw in here? Looks like MicroStrategies is producing lots of millionaires, and Riot and Mara are not. I love this separation. So here's MicroStrategies as number one, and Riot as number one loser. That's
Ooh.
hilarious.
I'm kind of curious on this. Can you throw in two more? Just
Yeah.
Oracle and Micro?
Oh
Because
yeah.
I'm very curious what Super Micro's market's going to be like.
Oracle. All right, where is Oracle? Oh God, Oracle. Okay, it's
Yeah.
been doing well.
Okay.
Where is it here? Right here. It's moving right here out of the shit category into improving. Okay. Yeah. It's up. And then where's the other one you asked for?
Super
MU?
Micro.
Oh yes, Micron. No, yeah, Micron's right here.
It's under Micron. Super Micro.
Oh, Super Micro is no right here. Yeah. Right here.
Okay.
So yeah, Super Micro is doing well. Yeah.
Yeah. One trade, right?
One of her many trades. There you go.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys want to add here? Neil, Tesla, they're side by side. That's beautiful.
About VRT.
VRT. Let's do that. What is VRT? Vertiv Holdings. Oh, wow. Definitely doing well up here. Yeah, yeah. Weakening straight to leading. Wow. Nice.
Supposedly they're in a contract with NVIDIA for providing cooling devices.
Okay. That could be promising. Yeah, they're number 5 on our list. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Oh, I did this wrong. Hold on. I benchmarked this against the XLE, which is a mistake. Let's redo that to SPY. Okay, that didn't change too much, but yes, I saw the 0 line and that was the wrong one. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get out of here. If you guys have anything else, we can always revisit our sector rotation stuff. And then I have snapshots posted for the common stuff. Cool. Earnings. Let's see what's shaking up for today. My earnings are just having some problems with ACN, but yeah. Let's see, what do we got today? We got some fun stuff. Lululemon, Nike, FedEx. I think this will be not great since UPS wasn't very good either. Let's see what else. I don't know most of these. Joan, is this the arts and crafts store? Joan? Maui Land and Pineapple. What is this? MLP. Okay. Let's take a glance at tomorrow.
Was it something that we looked at in the past that was like, I think there was like a high demand for agriculture out of Hawaii. I think there's
Maybe. Yeah, MLP. Yeah, no. And then what else we have? Express. Is this Express for men or both brands? It looks like it will be mostly today then. Okay. All right. Looks like we're gonna trade some Lululemon and Nike. Okay. Cool. And let's take a look at what the fish are trading. Always nice to look at our counterparties. All right, cool. So here's Wall Street bets via Swaggy stock. So instead of reading the toxic bathroom wall of the internet on Wall Street bets, we're just gonna look at the aggregate sentiment by ticker. So here we have NVIDIA, Apple, Trump Sting. What is this? RDDT? TSM, AMD, Supermicro, Micron, Tesla, NASDAQ. This is just a buzzword. Lululemon, Boeing, Intel. Oh, they got a $20 billion, effectively a bail-in. What is lot again? Microsoft, FedEx, Nike, MicroStrategies, Facebook, Robinhood, Coinbase, Broadcom, Gold, and Wendy's. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Anything really red? Just Nike, right? Yeah, just Nike. Okay. And here we get another view from Trading Terminal. And you can get a glance here. And what is RDDT? Oh, it's Reddit. Oh, yeah. This baloney IPO. Yeah, we can talk about this once we get to our tech news. As an anti-commie, Reddit unfortunately is a Chinese asset for them because they invested like 100 million some 10 years ago or something. And then they murdered Reddit's founder. We can get into this a little bit later, but yeah. Okay. So that's Reddit. Okay, but yeah, here's another way to look at it. Okay. Let's go to Quiver Quant, and this gives us a nice trend line for the last couple of days. So as we can see, NVIDIA is the most mentioned of all. And it's scary how few tickers are carrying all of the indexes on their shoulders. Holy cow. Yeah, that is a lot of commentary on NVIDIA. Okay. And then Supermicro number 2 after the SPY. Oh my God, we are in such a bubble. We're so screwed. Oh, thank God we're option traders. And then here we have puts versus calls. Let's see. Looks like people are a little bit scared about Tesla, Supermicro, the Qs, Nike. People are a little bit negative on Reddit. Okay, fun stuff. Okay. All right, let's go to our news cycle. This is a little lighter than I liked. Didn't get to spend as much time this week, but let's start with our Black Swan list. So I didn't make any updates, but we do have a banking crisis, a world reserve currency crisis, political assassinations, cyber attacks, EMP/solar flares, red giant collapse, gamma burst radiation, magnetic pole shifts, nuclear threats, asteroids, aliens and UFOs, all kinds of viruses, the general derivatives time bomb, election volatility, civil unrest on multiple fronts. I can't say this word. Food production threats, food inflation, supply chain issues, melting ice caps, volcanoes, oil and energy issues, shipping lane issues, earthquakes all across the world, climate change or climate cycling, and China's liquidity crisis and the Taiwan Hail Mary. Plus, new from last week, I guess, bubonic plague and stay away from Mexico and Arizona. And shout out to Larry with the encyclopedic memory. And yeah, stuff's always popping out of New Mexico for some reason. There's got to be like biolabs and whatnot there, just like the 13 that were discovered in the Ukraine.
I would add to your list, Warren, pending sovereign bond collapse.
Yeah.
That's a big one, right?
Yeah. I guess bond collapse in general, right? But sovereign debt funds as well, as they try to struggle with rolling their assets. Yeah.
I mean, we're already seeing other central banks saying, obviously this week the Fed chose not to hike, even though they know they should. But we're already seeing other banks, and notable this week was Bank of Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the negative interest rates now, huh? All right.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
And I have a question. What scenario can cause bond market to collapse?
Yeah, so we've had a 40-year full cycle in bonds, which means rates continue to drop. It's unlikely they're going to be able to continue hiking rates. Obviously, if they hiked rates to 20%, that would cause the bond market to collapse, but it would also cause everything to collapse. So they're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to do what they did in the 40s in the US, which is they'll do yield curve control. They'll run inflation hot. We're already seeing signs in the PMI that they're not going to get back to their 2% target. Fed's already acknowledging 3% is probably the new real floor, right? And so what they will do is they will continue to print, but at some point, what will happen, just like in developing countries, when bondholders doubt that, say, the Bank of Brazil is actually going to make bondholders whole, is you may see, basically a risk premium start to be assigned to what used to be unthinkable for Western debt. So anyway, those are just some thoughts on that. The biggest one, and we're already seeing it actually, and Treasury Secretary Yellen has been steering this. If they drop the price of the dollar, that is what they are going to try to do. They're going to try to steer the dollar lower, because the
Mhm.
main issue, and this was something that Powell mentioned this week, they can't continue to do quantitative tightening that's going to put too much pressure on the treasuries. And the other thing it can cause collapse is just, and we've seen it in the last 3 or 4 treasury auction cycles, is you just get these toxic treasury auctions where essentially no one wants to come in and meet any of the requests, and you're basically seeing you end up in a situation kind of like Japan, where the Bank of Japan ends up owning all of the debt, right? So it's like it's just a debt Ponzi scheme essentially. I don't know if that answers your question, but there's a number of ways that can collapse. I mean, essentially, a simple way to think about it, like on an individual level, is, if you were a household making $100,000 a year and you had $5 million of debt that was all going to come due in the next 3 to 5 years, and the interest rate on your existing debt was several $100,000, a quarter, then that's what it would be like to be the U.S. government. And do you think that's sustainable? Probably not.
You can simplify this. It's like a liquidity trap. If nobody's buying what you're selling, you're gonna have to give away more.
Mhm.
The price is gonna be lower. You've lost money. If there's a quick rush to exit whatever you're holding, you have to let it go for a bigger loss or give up more profits.
And then since a lot of
That would be higher interest rates. If you want to get out of bonds, you're going to be paying money to get rid of them.
and once those collapsing prices hits everyone's stop losses and all the algos take over and everyone's unloading and there's no one on the other side of the trade, like what's going to happen? Like even a well-funded market maker can't really do much if there's no one on the other side buying. It's going to be a fire sale.
Well, I mean, the government will come in and be on that other side, and we saw that in the Bank of England, right? Was it last year or the year before, when they had to intervene to save the pension markets, right?
Right.
What it does, though, is eventually it starts to collapse your currency. I mean, if you think about it, currencies are inherently tied to the bond markets, and people sometimes forget that. So what it will do is it will put downward pressure on the US dollar. So that's what you can expect. So you can expect hotter inflation, right? Generally.
What is most likely to happen? The currency, the dollars collapse, or the bond market collapse?
I mean, you'll see like a potential bond market lockup. I mean, we've already had that, right? With they essentially bailed out the regional banks last year with the Silicon Valley Bank, et cetera. So you'll see those types of little crises, and they'll just kick the can. The interesting thing, and this is what is fascinating to me from studying some of these developing world currencies like Argentine peso and Egyptian pound and some of these other ones, is just how many times it takes for human beings to be rug pulled until they finally go, this is fucking bullshit. Like, it's taken Argentinians like 100 years effectively of rug pulls to finally wake up to the fact that they're getting their asses handed to them. And they're actually just starting. There was some news this week that I guess there's a big uptake in Bitcoin holders in Argentina. Argentinians are starting to realize, wait, they've fucked over the Argentine dollar. Now this US dollar thing, which I use as my safety net, what do you mean it's being devalued? Right. So I think people have to get a lot of ass kickings before they wake up to this fact. That's maybe my just cynical view, is just people need to be rug pulled a lot. So expect many more rug pulls. So I don't think it's all going to come down. Like, I think the US dollar will be around for quite a bit longer because people need to be rug pulled multiple times before they realize, oh, wait, this doesn't fucking work.
But there's not really a better place to put your money at this point, because everybody's signaling that they're going to devalue the currency, which then sort of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If everybody's trying to devalue the currency at the same time, you're screwed because everything spirals out of control.
Yeah, or a simple way to think about it is in terms of fiat currencies, the US dollar is the best looking horse at the glue factory.
Right.
Right. I posted a video yesterday about China. I don't know if you saw it, Warren.
I didn't see it. Do you know
Yeah.
what the topic was?
It's from China Observer, I think. It's like 800,000 people in China. They all ran into a store to buy gold.
Oh, we
So
talked about this like a month
yeah,
ago.
I posted. But anyway,
Okay,
at
okay.
the end of that documentary, right?
Mhm.
Basically, the guy was saying that because the Chinese people lose faith in the government, the stock market crashing and everything like that. So everyone is rushing to buy gold and US dollars. Those are the two safe haven that they run to, gold and US dollars.
Right.
That get me thinking that, oh, people are not even thinking about like, Bitcoin or other safe haven.
It's too small yet. I mean, I think that's really, I think that's the reason you see that not just in China, like I said, in Argentina, in Egypt, in Libya, in all these places. Mostly the safe havens are the US dollar and or gold because those are the largest, market cap places that you can put your stuff. And also, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin isn't even as big as the largest stock yet. It's teensy tiny in comparison.
Yeah, it's the size of the silver market, which is
Doesn't the
tiny.
Chinese government have some restrictions on Bitcoin anyway?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
it's illegal to mine, right? Absolutely.
to mine, to move, there's substantial capital controls, and
You'd get a demerit in your social responsibility if you played with Bitcoin, right?
That's right. You wouldn't be able to go out and buy food. They'd ban you from the vending machine, right? With your face.
and then put it on the billboard.
Right.
Well, it depends on your size and if you're on the inside of CCP. Because there's some big holders. I mean, there's some generals someplace that took a whole dam's worth of excess power and turned it into Bitcoins.
There is still a remarkable amount of hashing power coming out of China for a country that has banned it. And that just kind of speaks to a few different things.
Yeah, you can consider that state sponsored.
I've shown you guys the movie, right? Of that crypto mining movie, right? I don't think Ed saw it. Let me think, which week was that?
No, I don't think you did, Warren. Which was that?
There was a movie about a hacking group in China. Let me find it. I think yeah, let me get it. Let me do a slight detour. We'll find it. And it had a good snapshot of all their operations. And let me find it really quick. It was like week 8, week 9, I think. Let me find it really quick. You're gonna love this, Ed. Yeah, let me zoom down to find this.
I also wonder at which point other countries will soon start to realize that US dollars is actually not a safe haven. At what point?
Here's
They all realize because they
already do.
Inflationary environment. It's the US people who don't understand it the most.
Right. But then why would the Chinese people still want to buy gold and US dollars?
Because there's no place better. See, it used to be that you could buy real estate. That was better. But
not
now
anymore.
that's all screwed up.
All right, I found it. Okay. All right, this is
Oh yeah, I watched some of that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the wiki article.
That's scary.
Yeah. So it's a Chinese crime thriller about how human trafficking of skilled labor meets Chinese entrepreneurialism and money laundering and internet fraud. Okay, so that's the Venn diagram, and I'm just going to show you guys the scene. Let me.
You add Yakuza enforcers.
Yeah.
Japanese Yakuza.
no valuing of human life.
各位，我们的业务范围呢，其实很广的，炒股、挖币、网游、电商、博彩。公司里分了8个组，正题反托，烽火除谣，听懂没有？祖师爷分的千门八将嘛。来，你好，你好。好，这些都是提将，也叫骨推，他们负责聊天进货。底薪8000块，业绩超过3万，前无提成，多劳多得。正将组，他们负责写程序、增开网页。这排全是脱将组，负责网络安全，底薪就有3万块钱，业绩好还有提成。这里不能用手机，不能跟外面联系，这些电脑啊全都不能上网的，能上网那些我都会监控你。那是啥子？一统江山了，上了。有人跑啊，被抓回来的。还找不着跑啊？说话啊！精彩的来了，美女荷官在线发牌。门牌骰盅21点，斗牛、炸金花、龙虎兽摆家了。只有你们想不到的，还有我们手边。跟我聊啊。
All right. And then everyone goes to the company cantina. Yeah. But yeah, let me drop this in the chat if you guys want to watch the rest of the film. It's not the best resolution, but it's free on YouTube at least. Okay. So yeah, I thought that'd be an interesting little demonstration. I've seen the gambling rooms before, but I haven't seen like an actual mining farm before in China. And then the thing about the gambling stuff is even though you have real games that are virtual, or they're real games, but they're broadcast, you can still cheat. You can mark cards and the dealer can feel like the bumps on like face cards for like blackjack, and viewers can't see it and they don't know what's happening. So why people prefer virtual gambling over real, like I don't know, but yeah. Okay, where are we? Oh yeah, sovereign debt defaults, bond breakups. Okay. Shifting to theaters of war. So we have sea lanes, as we know, in the Red Sea. This basically blockades 12% of all shipping volume in the world. The US is involved in Yemen, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Somalia, and soon to be Niger and maybe Haiti. Oh, there was a great documentary on Haiti. Let me share this. Where did it go? Oh no, where did it go?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see all this stuff happening right now, especially like we were just talking about it yesterday about the was that Japan increasing taxes? You know, just getting back to the previous about the previous subject matter. Yeah, my because even my brothers are going out there and they're trying to take advantage of the travel. So they've been buying up yen. Oh, just to let you know too, my brother used to be able to travel with the credit cards and they never charged against it. Just his recent transactions, they basically started charging him costs to convert yen to US dollar on his credit card. Yeah. So just want to let you guys know about that too. That was kind of rather surprising because all the past trips, they never did that to him.
That's odd.
Yeah. So just get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So Warren, if you want to travel to Japan, I'll keep you posted. I may do it this summer.
I'm with you, man. Just say when.
Okay.
So yeah, we're at a relative high, 152 almost. Wow.
Yeah, it just went up several points last night as soon as they announced it.
And then Alan and I were talking yesterday too. Apparently there's self-sharpening nail clippers and knives and scissors that the Japanese have made.
Oh, it's nice stuff. Seki prefecture, man.
Yeah, we'll have to go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Where are we? Yeah, maybe we can get a bunch of the SVOG traders to go. That'd be hilarious. Get your bail money ready. Okay. Cool. Any other new conflicts that I've avoided? Oh yeah, so there's Haiti that's basically collapsed, and this is gonna destroy the Dominican Republic. So this video is a good breakdown. It's like 15 minutes, and it's a gang war that has coup d'etat ambitions, and it's working. And that's the terrifying part. And if you looked at the geography of Haiti versus the DR, there's no real separation. So it's only a matter of time before they take over the whole island. And if you think this doesn't affect us, like you got to be kidding. Like the Florida Keys here is less than 1,000 kilometers. And you basically, like, if this doesn't get settled, if this doesn't get managed correctly and stabilized, we basically have an American Somalia outside of Florida. Like, that's not good for anybody. And it's going to basically infest all of Central America and the USSA right here. So this is one more reason not to live in Florida. I mean, hurricanes alone every single year is bad enough, but having a bunch of Haitians that make MS-13 guys look like a joke is pretty bad. Okay, so that's Haiti. And then we have some BS going down in Niger. Let's look at that really quick. So yeah, they're ending their alliance with US forces. And I don't know if this is an anti-imperialistic move. I'm a little bit new to this, so I just jotted it down on the list. But yeah, I haven't delved quite deeply into it yet. But yeah, so that's happening. Okay. So yeah, anything else to add here, guys? Okay. If not, oh, here's another article if you guys want to look into it a little bit more. And yeah, Haiti. Yeah. Oops. Posted that twice. Okay. 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 Let's keep going. And okay. Any guesses on where we are on the Emoji's Guide to Investing? If you're an NVIDIA holder, I guess you're a little bit pleased, but everyone else that's not in the AI and crypto space is probably not thrilled. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Powell's latest move on the 20th. All right, and here's our famous dot plot for future projections with the implied Fed funds rate, and we're right here. So here was the March readout. And the goal is to bring the federal funds rate down to here, but how and by how many cuts and when is the big question. So yeah. Okay, I don't think anything else interesting here. When is the next FOMC meeting again? Does anyone know offhand? We can take a look in just a second. And let's see, on a related note, here are inflows versus outflows. Is this the first outflow figure I've seen? Generally, it's inflows, right? So we got, let's see, Grayscale's been bleeding continuously. And what snapshot of time is this from? This is maybe slightly stale. Okay, this is just a 1-day snap. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, these are daily snaps. Okay, that's something else. Okay, we'll leave that alone. Okay, good stuff there. Hertz. Yeah, let's oh, the CEO is gone, if you guys saw that. He got fired. Hertz announces Yeah, new CEO as Stephen Sure steps down as CEO of the company. Yes. So former COO of Delta and GM's cruise unit will become CEO. Oh my God. GM has a cruise unit? What is this?
San Francisco cars that would run over people. Those self-driving cars.
Oh. So he went from Delta Airlines to this? That's not suspicious at all. Okay.
Speaking of airlines, you heard about I guess is like the person that runs the Clinton Airport?
Yes. You see,
Yeah. I'm also brain dead, not expected. Whoa.
6
God.
a.m. warrant. Like, I'm surprised he was able to shoot back at least. Okay, so if you guys don't know what happened, so basically, uh federal agents went to serve a warrant on him at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, and he shot back. So he fired, they shot back, and they didn't publicize wounds from the federal side, but yeah, he's in a coma and not expected to wake up. It's very suspicious. Um, so this guy, he's an avid collector of guns, weapons, and coins. Lives in the upper middle class neighborhood, makes $253,000 a year at a joint civil military airport. Yeah. Why he didn't have dogs and booby traps is something else. But yeah, if I'm making that much money, oh my God. And I'd automate the shit out of my house. But yeah. Okay, yeah. So interesting here. So yeah. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, where are we? Hertz. Okay. Hertz car sales. So Hertz announced in January they're going to unload their fleet of 100,000 Teslas. And we've been tracking diligently every single week the sales progress. So we're looking at highest mileage, cheapest unit, and the total inventory that's online. So we have screenshots going back quite a bit. So last week, highlights included, let's see, we found our first 100,000 mile plus unit here. The manager in charge of this unit at this branch must have lost their must have gotten fired, because I've never seen 100,000 mile car ever. This is the first one in all of our tracking. Usually it seems like they top out like 92,000 and they must be liquidated. But yeah, let's pull up today's figures. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so price low to high nationwide. Okay, so cheapest unit is it's also this 100. It's another 100,000 unit car. Is this the same one? It is. It is. Oh shit, Austin. Yeah, 102.74. I think it's the same unit. And what did you and guess what? No one wants to buy it. It is the same unit, 274. Okay, so 19,532 was the last price. It got more expensive in a week. Oh my God. Yeah, 523. Sorry, 532. And now
He
it's
fires he fires CEO, the prices go up.
That's hilarious. Oh. Maybe I got a car wash or something. What's the old jokes about like really poor cars? If you guys have watched like the Red Green show, like the guy had like an old beater van that was worth like $50. And the joke was, hey, when it has a full tank of gas, it's worth double the price. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see if there's any other good deals. 86,000 miles for comparable price. That's not bad. This is probably a better deal. A little less mileage. I think we saw a 60,000 mile unit the other day. Yeah, something like this. Okay. See a lot of Austin units here. Okay. San Diego, Austin, San Diego. Okay. More Austin. Man, they drive the crap out of them in Austin, huh? I mean, and that's an extreme environment. Like it's just hot as hell. Like that's not great for battery life either. And you have to have the AC going like crazy. Oh, okay. But yeah, so we got the high mileage and lowest and highest price or lowest price. And let's log the inventory count here. So 627. Okay. Okay. And then last week's count was 630. So we're not seeing, I mean, it's a nominal decrease of 3 units, but we're not sure if they sold units in the process. But yeah. Okay. We'll leave Tesla alone. Oh, we gotta look at Tesla on the charts. This is not the fun part of the Magnificent Seven. Tesla's not having a good time. It's been in sell-off territory since like Christmas. Look at this. The zero line is right here on balance volume.
I think in the
1227.
S&P 500, it's dead last.
Say what, Flav?
In the S&P 500, Tesla is doing it's number 500, the worst.
Wow. Is there a place to see that kind of info?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh,
Actually,
and
yeah, you can pull up a watch list of the S&P 500 and toss,
oh,
and then
okay.
maybe add columns to see change since a specific time. Because that stat is based on a time frame, which I
Okay. So
it was
here's
just
S&P 500. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, this we don't have to delve that deep. Okay, cool. Just wondering. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's jump to other stuff. And while it's not Taco Tuesday, it could be Taco Thursday. And speaking of overpriced Mexican food, here is Chipotle. Oh, the California food and beverage price hike for wages starts next month. So this is your last week to enjoy cheap food before you see restaurant and fast food prices skyrocket 20 to 40%. So the new nominal wage will be $20 an hour statewide. So
it's okay. Go to Panera; they're exempt because it's a new sum friend.
that's right. So the exception is if you bake bread, because one of Mr. Hair Gel's biggest donors is the Panera Bread family. So
high school buddy.
Yeah,
his high school buddy.
He added an exception, like, okay, if you bake bread, you're exempt.
Oh, exempt from the minimum wage
Hike for food and beverage employees.
hike. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, the thing is, people are gonna just stop going out to eat more. That's all, right?
Correct. And
so that won't be good for the fast food places,
correct.
And it won't be good for anyone.
Correct.
Economy, everything.
And kind of like the answer.
Stupid.
Yeah, and to kind of like the answer to your prior question, like what happens if the dollar implodes or the bond market implodes, is look at China. China is the canary in the coal mine. And China's basically done the scenario for all of these types of questions. So what happens if there's basically wage controls from the state side? Basically, you destroy local domestic consumption, and it becomes a deflationary problem because you're increasing the supply costs here, like through minimum wage, and consumers don't consume, and producers go out of business, and it becomes a deflationary nightmare, which China's experiencing right now. Yeah.
And don't we think that the policymakers realize and know the
Oh, right.
consequences?
Oh, 100%.
They
This is
do,
by
right?
design. This is by
Yeah, it's
design.
by design.
Yeah,
So that's their yeah. So that's their intention
right.
to implode.
Correct. And then let's see if this stock split is listed yet. No. So yeah, this might be actually, it looks like is Chipotle trading an all-time high?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's incredible.
So 50 to 1, right? The split 50 to
Yeah.
1.
There is no way this is like it like I should write this down. I would blindly short all food and beverage.
Yeah, good idea.
Let me do some homework, and we do have a watch list, right?
The fast food, yeah.
Yeah, for my older fans, I called it type 2 diabetes right here. So let's sort by, I don't have market cap, but let's sort by volume at least. So we got Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Darden Restaurants, which owns like Olive Garden, blah, blah, blah. Pepsi, Yum China, McDonald's, Brinkers International. This owns like Macaroni Grills, Papa John's. I forgot what Arcos owns. Cheesecake Factory, Chipotle, Jack in the Box, QSR. They also own a couple different franchises. Domino's. I forgot what these guys own. Here's Dunkin'. Oh, that's defunct. I think this needs to be updated, but yeah, let me dig around and see how this might shake up. So yeah, like just off blind instinct, I'd say this might be the highlight for Chipotle. This high water mark will not be enjoyed much longer. Plus, they got their 50 to 1 split coming up, right? So yeah, cool. Okay, so that's cooking. Let me write that. So yeah, food and beverage research. Okay, got it. And
Hey, one question.
Yeah.
Is the minimum wage of $20 only apply to food industry, or is it across the board, like entry level, office work?
Oh no, it's food and beverage.
Only food and beverage.
But I would expect it to go across different sectors. So let's look at the details. And you think about it this way. If you look at a lot of jobs reports, like we're basically, even though the numbers look like it's improving, it's people getting fired from full-time jobs and they're picking up multiple part-time jobs to survive.
Right.
And it's low barrier to entry with food and beverage and hospitality. So it's that's kind of why they're focusing on just this, because this is the ultimate disenfranchised population. Like they don't have money or time to really fight back. Like there's no lobbyist group, there's no union group for, the fast food workers of all of the El Poco Locos of the United States. Not that I'm thrilled with bargaining rights with union progress lately anyway, but I still think workers should have the right to organize if they want to. Yeah, okay. So California minimum wage for fast food workers goes to 20.
But you know what? Even before that, places like In and Out, they've been paying the people that work there like $25 an hour, 22, 25.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
before. Yeah, that's
they've
crazy.
They've always paid above market rates, and that's why the
Exactly.
In-N-Out staff are head and shoulders better than, Five Guys or McDonald's or anywhere else. Like you get what you pay for, and quality is quality at the end of the day.
Oh, by far, their management staff.
Oh yeah,
Just
they make low
6 figures, yeah, 150 and up.
$250,000 is not unheard of, for good managers. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it's gonna
very
be-
Yeah, In-N-Out is a very it's a meritocracy. They treasure their high performing managers. It's a
And
great
they-
philosophy. Yeah.
And they also, if you look at the kitchen, it's staffed to the brim with workers.
Kids, 40-year-olds, everything.
Yeah, it's so
And-
many people working in the
and-
kitchen.
And I really want the In-N-Out safety clip. you know, the giant clip for their whatchamacallit? It's the way they tie their apron. They have a big clip in the back. The
Oh.
safety clip. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Am I the only guy who notices this kind of stuff? No, the uniform, the in and out. Oh, here we go.
I know
No.
which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the uniform.
Never pay
Everyone has-
attention.
Okay.
You don't usually see their back, right?
Yeah. Is that a hunter
What is it?
instinct?
They
Uh,
have
It's an
a
apron
clip?
pin. It's an apron pin, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah, it's a
like,
giant pin.
It's a huge, it's a huge.
This thing.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
thing. It's just hilarious. I just want this for no reason.
So it never falls off or something, right?
Dude, you can order it. Here. You
Oh
can
my-
actually buy it.
What? That's hilarious.
Yeah, you got to do it. $7.95, dude.
What do you
Oh.
need it for?
5
Because-
inches long.
Because I don't know.
In and out
I just
apron pin?
want it. Thank you, Alan. I'm gonna put this on my
Wish list.
yeah. Here.
Let me see
buy
if I
right
beat
here.
you to the punch.
We'll
If I
get it
buy
for
one,
you.
then you can also get the apron too.
There's there's so much stuff.
You
and
might end up working as a manager there, making that kind of money.
no, I'm a fan. Like my dad told me in high school, like you should go work in In-N-Out. I'm like, why?
Uh-huh.
I work at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm already like the top of the food chain.
Uh-huh. Well,
Uh,
the thing is, I think In-N-Out is so overrated.
what?
The burger is
What?
not that good at all.
Oh, that's because you're Asian. Like you grew up in Thailand. For the rest of us who grew up in California, we don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what people like In-N-Out. What about it
Wait,
that people like?
explain this to me, Warren. So why are burgers better or different, I guess, in Asia?
It's no.
We don't.
It's
People don't
it's-
even
no,
eat
no.
burger in
No.
Asia.
It's an Asian
Even-
prejudice thing. So if you grew up if you're an overseas Asian and you grew up there, and you look across the ocean, you see dumb Americans eating bread and meat in the middle with a little bit of ketchup. They look like losers to you when you're eating like, freshly
Yep.
made soba noodles or,
Sure.
Uh-huh.
patsy or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
it looks
Yeah.
like these white devils eat food for barbarians.
I think
then-
the thing that would kill me the most, and I noticed this when we were over in Singapore, was just like how damn expensive it is to eat out
Oh.
here compared to like you can just go anywhere.
yeah.
And I'm sure Singapore is not the cheapest, right? There's probably cheaper places like if you get out to
Thailand.
Malaysia, Thailand,
Yeah.
whatever. But like even in Singapore, which is very expensive city, like you can get the cheapest, healthy, whatever you want, good fresh food for like dirt cheap. Anyway, rant
$2,
over.
$1. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe not $1, but like super cheap. Yeah.
I know.
Way less than like, I mean, you can go to McDonald's these days and spend like $15 on one person, like easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, In-N-Out, it's the burger is so thin, it's so dry.
Oh
The
my God.
fries is
Oh,
nothing
no.
good about it.
Okay.
all.
All right. Wani, there's a secret menu at In-N-Out. We gotta educate you. You didn't know
It's
this?
so overrated.
What do
No.
you traders talk about? We're talking about secret sauce.
Secret, yeah. There
We're
is a
talking
secret
about
sauce.
animal style. We're talking about
I
extra.
know. I mean, I have friend comes from like out of the state, right? Because California In-N-Out is so popular, right? And he said, I have to go get In-N-Out. I said, why? What's so special about it?
No,
He said,
no,
you don't understand. It's so
You don't-
good. I said, no, it's not good.
no.
You,
There's some-
you can double vegetables and you can have the French fries cooked twice. There's
Yes.
a wonderful thing. You
Yes,
just have to
Everything
know
is
what
so
they're
dry. The
can get
meat is
the-
dry.
Well, you get more sauce or you get a different flavor. of
Yeah, you
sauce.
can have
No,
animal
I don't want to put
styles.
sauce to cover up the
Okay,
actual
yeah.
flavor of the meat. It's not a good quality burger.
Compared to McDonald's and
Oh
Jack
my
in the
God.
Box, it's
Oh
it's
no, I don't eat
much
any
higher
of those.
Okay,
I think-
okay, Wani, you need to go with a professional In-N-Out
Okay.
eater. You need to go with me or
I'm a
Rob or somebody.
professional eater. I'm a professional cook.
They have jalapenos. Did you know? Like
I do.
they
I
offer
do.
jalapenos, and then
I
yeah,
do.
um,
No,
it-
what I'm saying is
if-
the meat. The meat is thin. It's super thin and
Okay,
dry.
you can
And the
eat
bun,
you can eat it without meat and eat what Warren eats at In-N-Out.
eat it without meat.
Yeah,
Just eat the buns.
it's called a grilled cheese. You ask for extra cheese, extra tomatoes, and extra lettuce.
Oh, I want to eat the meat, but
Okay.
the meat is dry.
Are you
It's
serious?
not
You
good.
you eat just grilled
not-
cheese?
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
vegetarian.
why is that healthier than a burger?
It's not. It just
Okay.
doesn't have the meat. I didn't say In-N-Out was healthy. I just said it was delicious.
Warren is
Well, no, but
vegetarian.
say you liked it.
Well,
Okay,
I like it because I have limited options. Like I have to like my limited options. Otherwise, I go crazy.
Oh, and the fry is not that good either. The fry is.
Oh
nah,
my
I don't.
God. What? I would. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I like Habit better. Habit is actually way better.
well, Habit's twice the price.
Yeah, it's not apples or
At least
oranges.
50%
Yeah, it's not a
higher.
comparable price. You got to
And it's-
look at like what are you paying? Like so it's McDonald's, Jack in the Box,
And-
Burger King, In-N-Out.
Right.
Those are your price points, right?
And In-N-Out has no freezers, unlike Habit Burger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everything is at best air chilled. So and and people don't understand like things that get frozen taste worse because all the water vacuoles explode and it destroys the cytoplasm inside the cells at scale.
That's the exact a good example why the poke houses up in the mainland suck because they use frozen fish.
Yeah. You want to
Oh,
chill
no.
it so it doesn't freeze. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the secret.
Sorry, man.
It's in Breaking Bad. There's a scene about this in is it Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad? I forgot, but yeah.
But the thing is, In-N-Out must be doing something right. That place is packed every time, everywhere you go.
Yeah, it's a tight menu, so it reduces inventory failure and
Exactly.
it's cheap and it's scalable. Blah,
It's
blah.
cheap, yeah.
Yeah, and it's consistent. Yeah.
I think
Oh.
the place I was looking at something, I mean, if we're talking back on trading in terms of profitability, I think Raising Cane's and Chick-fil-A far outperform In-N-Out in terms of, I don't know if it was net revenue or something else, but I was just really surprised. Like the whole chicken thing, the chicken fast food thing is really very profitable. I don't have that chart reference, but I was surprised to see that like In-N-Out was not quite at the top.
Now we're
Oh.
talking advanced.
Chick-fil-A is
pricing.
good. Yeah.
Right.
Chick-fil-A versus In-N-Out.
So In-N-Out burgers are 2 ounces.
I think it was revenue per franchise. So In-N-Out, I don't think was included. I think they were looking at revenue per franchise and they were comparing it to things like McDonald's and some of these other ones. And I think Raising Cane's was at the top, but Chick-fil-A was like second.
What is
So I
Raising
think
Cane? What is that? A new store?
It's
I never
another chicken fast food place.
Oh,
They're
never heard of
super
it.
popular. Oh my goodness.
What's
People
it called?
like Raising
Raising-
Cane's. Yeah.
Is it around here?
I mean, there's one near me in
I never seen it
Rockland.
around here.
It's
I don't
from
think they have it around
Louisiana.
here in the Bay Area.
They're not in the Bay yet. They're
I
out
don't
in our
think
area in
so.
Sacramento, and they're crazy popular.
Yeah, Raising Cane's. Okay.
Anyway,
The only one problem, like all these places are white. It's breast meat. It's not thighs or wings.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my only pet peeve about it. But the way how they basically season it is buttermilk. Buttermilk basically softens it, and gives it flavor.
On the breast, right? Chicken breast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like breast. Breast
The-
is not tender.
The closest location is next to the Oakland Coliseum in the hood.
Oh,
No, thank you.
in the Bay
I mean, that's how you knew where all the good fried chicken places were when you lived down in LA. Like you had to go to Compton if you
exactly.
wanted good chicken.
Exactly.
Like you got to live dangerous. Come
There
on.
there are some offended Koreans somewhere because of that.
Dude, I used to go EPA just to get Popeye's fried chicken.
Right?
Is Popeye
Then I
Is
had
Popeye
Tyrone.
chicken good? Is Popeye chicken good?
Well, if you like spicy fried chicken, but yeah, I used to have Tyrone with me. Tyrone used to ride shotgun to ensure my
Tyrone.
safety.
That's awesome.
I think KFC is the best for chicken.
I'm not a chicken connoisseur. I can't comment. I'm just noting these are popular.
But
places.
there's a KFC chicken thing for Japan for Christmas, if you guys know about this.
No, what is it?
It's a super popular tradition in Japan.
Yeah, it's like a singles
Yeah.
dating tradition with
Yeah.
KFC
What?
for Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is that? I never
You've
heard
never
that.
You've never heard about this?
No,
Okay.
no, what is it? What is it?
Um,
I live there. I don't know. Must be a new thing.
It was like for like the 90s, they had a lot of commercials that taught the Japanese that Americans eat KFC on Christmas. Like these are lies. But they thought it was cool, and then like the youth really thought it was like a cool date spot. And it's like a fancy date spot. According to the internet. Like I have no idea, but yeah. Also
Oh,
the
Jennifer's my wife's cousin who lives over there, she attests that KFC at Christmas is a thing. It is a big deal. Yeah, and it's a whole marketing thing. It's like Hallmark. They have done a brilliant bit of marketing and sucked in, like you said, the youth. And it's not a cheap, like over here, KFC is like cheap. No.
Oh, it's not cheap anymore.
No, it's not,
cheap.
but it's not cheap over in Japan. And it's like a whole like thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a whole like special Christmas menu deal. It's wild.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Like-
and particularly getting like not just a chicken sandwich, but like you get like a whole chicken or whatever. Yeah.
Wait, it's 2,190 yen for six. Is it 6 piece? So how much is that in dollars?
What 150? Let's say let's call it 150.
Yeah,
right?
150. Yeah.
Where's my calculator? Sorry.
That's cheap. 4 piece for 150.
Okay, say 2940 divided by
20 bucks. It's about 20 bucks for that 8 piece.
For that eight
this
piece.
8 piece, yeah.
Yep.
So $20 for 8 piece. About the same as here.
You can upgrade for another 100 yen on your sides.
Is it really that expensive? Jesus, it's been
Yeah.
a while since I've been to KFC.
It's
what's
about the
this?
same price. It's about the same price as here. 20 piece for, I know, $20 for 8 piece, I think.
Who the hell buys this shit?
It's delicious.
I mean, yeah, but like, who are these wealthy motherfuckers?
No, that's a good, yeah, because per capita income in Japan is not great.
Yeah.
No.
Per capita, like salary men really suck in Japan.
No.
Remember, the Japan's on the bottom of the expat list.
Yeah.
34,000. Are you crazy? $34,000 a year?
But
in
salaryman?
Japan?
Really? That's very little.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
this is why you
Wow.
have those deaths of despair, Warren.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's an economic like repression that has basically been enforced since really the 90s, right? And so it's like, yeah, that's why you have these people who are just
Debt-
like, I'm never having a child and I'm just gonna go kill myself.
Yeah.
The zombie economy, it's real.
I mean, it's the it's the WEF plan is a successful methodology.
Yeah.
I wonder if the lifetime employment concept still exists there
Japan?
in Japan. Yeah. Back in those days, people work for the same company all their lives, right? Lifetime employment. But I don't know if that's true anymore.
Probably more so than the rest of the world, but I imagine even that's fading.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And those salarymen, they drink themselves to death. They drink so much and smoke.
Yeah. Well, because they're unhappy and they're walking ATMs, but yeah, with their wives. Okay. Last, I guess, Japanese distraction. There's this comedian.
Totally have derailed us
Yeah,
today.
Japan comedian wife. There's this great comedian. He's like, why you shouldn't marry a Japanese woman. And he calls them house yakuza.
Uh-huh. Why did he say? What are the reasons?
Did someone write a summary? No. It's hilarious. I would highly recommend it. He's basically saying don't marry Japanese women if you're a foreigner. Like it's not what you think it is. And yeah.
Can you drop that in the
It is. It's in the
podcast?
chat.
I
It's in
saw
the
it.
chat. Oh, here you go.
Interesting to watch.
Here's the reasons. it's because they like women have different phases, and Japanese women evolve like Pokemon. So the little cute lizard becomes the flaming dragon at the end. So, but yeah, and the wife becomes the main boss. She's, you know, and her family members are subordinates. So, yeah. And then what they also talk about is like the adultery rate, like it's their favorite pastime. Like it's crazy. And yeah. And then the husbands get an allowance, which they spend at the hostess bar because
That is true. That
the
has been
wives,
true. Yeah, the wife takes care of all the money, and then
uh-huh.
they give allowance to the husband.
Yes. And she gives you a little, but you do get a cute bento box for your lunch.
That's right. That's right. And ocha, your tea.
There you go. And some natto, I hope. But yeah. But yeah,
Mhm.
this is hilarious. This guy's channel is very fun. But it also terrified me to ever take Japanese women seriously. Okay. Where are we? Oh my God, it's almost 12. Okay, we gotta speed up. California is a shit show, as you know. Not only are we giving unemployment benefits to illegals, but
Oh
you
my
guys probably
God.
saw the other judge's ruling that illegals can carry firearms.
Oh my God.
And I can't even get a concealed carry permit in the Bay Area. Like that's fucking
What
ridiculous.
is wrong?
So yeah, so it's white replacement, and this is the preachy part of the show, I guess. But yes, here's our anti-inflation poodle saying hi. But let's see. So Sacramento is about to has approved this plan to give Black and Native American families $725 a month, no strings attached. So blacks and some browns, like that's really racist, but sure. So yeah, at some point we really do have to leave California. It's just gonna implode. Okay. Let's talk airplanes and airlines. We're seeing some sector rotation happen here for sure. Oh, you know what? We should drop that on our list. Let's do that really quick. Can everyone throw out the names of some airline stocks? We got Delta, right? UAL, Love, Jets, the
Hawaiian.
ETF. What's Hawaiian?
Alaska,
What's Hawaii?
Alaska,
Southwest.
Southwest.
What's Hawaii's ticker?
Hawaiian. No, let me go look that up. Hawaiian airline.
Is it HI? No.
Obviously, I don't trade Hawaiian very much.
HA.
HA?
HA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alaska.
That's ALK. Yeah. Here's Boeing. And I think those are all the JetBlue is JBlue. I think that's it. If there's anything else, let me know. So let's look at the sector.
Yeah, they said
Oh,
that there's also rumors that SWA is
Safe. Spirit.
Safe. Yeah.
So
Okay.
SWA is supposed to be interested in buying JetBlue, but they said it's rumors, but we'll see.
So Safe's still on suicide watch.
Delta's big.
Yeah. So that mofo that's going to Hertz is from Delta. And then here's UAL. So yeah, there's definitely some losers. So if you're looking for candidates, as I'm writing this down, Save and Love, adjacent to my BA shorts. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, research. Okay, cool. So yes, and then and as we're seeing crazy headlines from Boeing, I don't want people to get a good impression of the FAA either, because remember they're having their one what was it, disabilities hiring, if you guys remember this meme. Like we want to hire more severe. Here's the article. Oh my God. FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities.
Wow.
From January of
That-
2024.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And then meanwhile, here's Scott Kirby in a dress doing drag queen stuff. I just want you to know like who these players are. Like it is a shit show out there.
Well, if you're throwing baggage, I don't know that half of the psych ward can't throw baggage.
But wait, yeah, Scott Kirby. That's him, I think. There's a better
Right.
video. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Oh Lord. Oh God. Stay away from the children, please.
God.
Oh my God. So, oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is the video. Oh my God. Oh my God. Some 6 foot, 230-pound white dude in a dress. Oh my God, in heels.
That's
This
crazy.
is the CEO of United Airlines.
Wow.
You can thank Vanguard and BlackRock and State Street for pulling the strings to make this kind of bullshit possible. And yeah. Okay, so that's the FAA and their cousins. So no one is a saint in this situation, and everyone should be wary of traveling on an airplane. And then a shout out to last week. Uh, just a reminder, on Kayak, you can filter by airplane. So you can eliminate the defective aircrafts. So I would just wipe off Boeing altogether. But like I'll show you guys really quick in case you guys missed last week. Oh, here's our sample. Oh yeah, I'll do this thing instead.
At your existing contacts.
Fucking Skynet. Okay, so you can eliminate the defective equipment aircraft. Here we go. Here we go. So remove Boeing and fly Airbus or better. Okay. There you go. Okay. I mean, it's really the Max series, but just to be safe, since maintenance has fallen off a cliff, I would avoid everything really. But yeah, that might make your flights more expensive, but you'll live. It's a plus. Okay. All right. So yes, no surprise about Boeing. Oh, we're a little bit out of time. Let's speed up. No surprises here. We love to talk demographics, and you know, as a wedding DJ, yeah, the wedding industry is a joke. It is a disaster. I've done how many weddings this year? 0? Yeah,
Wow.
that's unusual. I know it's only spring, but I don't have bookings. I don't have anything. I had an April wedding I had to decline. That's about it. So yeah, it's really sad. So if I had studied this a little bit closer, I would have been shorting all of the wedding related stocks like David's Bridal and stuff. You know what? Let's actually do that really quick. Let's see. Wedding related
That one,
wedding stocks.
that one already actually went bankrupt.
Exactly. I missed that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other stocks for weddings? Let's see. So I mean, adjacent. So I mean, the biggest cost when it comes to weddings is catering. Number 2 is like the venue rental. Like the DJ cost is a joke. Photography is very expensive, and travel and hotels are
Wedding
expensive.
dress.
Yeah.
Wedding dresses.
So yeah, there's no pure like wedding related stocks because most of them have died. But let's take a look at this remaining one. All right, this is a penny stock, so obviously already dead. So yeah, this sector has already been wiped out. So we're already late to the party. All right, sorry about that. But from a demographic standpoint, this is a disaster. And Warren's answer to everything is look at China. And China's having this problem like at scale. We'll fast forward to our Chinese section really quick. But where is it? Here we go. So adjacent to youth unemployment, the key problem is if the youth don't have jobs, they're not getting married, they're not buying houses, they're just gonna do nothing and just play video games and not fuck like the Japanese, and it's gonna be really bad. So that's really happening. And there was a great video on China Observer. Let me pull it up really quick. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we've heard about the leftover woman concept, but this one lady's like, there's just a bunch of like little short stories and interviews of like ladies that are describing their life. Like, I'm 20, I just graduated college, I can't find a job, I'm just gonna give up on life. And there was one other lady like, I'm 40, I'm single, I'm pretty, but I can't get married because I don't have a job, and I'm also in debt from real estate, or pouring real estate investing. I owe like $2 million RMB. Oh, I can't find it, but yeah. But yeah, I'll drop this in the chat if you guys want to watch this. Okay. And what did Ross say? BA buying spirits. They're to liberate more spirits. And yeah, okay, cool. Okay. All right. Okay, let's back to our domestic news. Okay. So yeah, and related on a note with the youth, looks like colleges have brought back the SAT after saying it was unegalitarian to test people for standardized tests. And effectively, gosh, SATs and ACTs and everything, these are just IQ tests. We should just go back to the classic IQ tests anyway. These are all proxies by design. And if you guys know about why we don't talk about IQ, is there was a book called The Bell Curve. Let me pull this up for you really quick. So it was a bunch of researchers that were studying IQ across different ethnicities, and they didn't like the results. So they waited another 10 years and retested everything repeatedly, and they kept getting the same consistent results. So effectively, society success is tied to IQ. Ooh, big surprise. And it's not really, it's mostly genetic and heritable. You can't really improve it. You can only reduce it. You can't really make it higher. And
So, I don't buy that, because you think about it, the Asians study like 3 times as much as whites.
no. That's epigenetic, but it's just there's more. Again,
I looked at going to Berkeley, and there was no way I could compete. I had to go someplace else.
Right. Asians have the highest spatial IQ.
Well, they also study like 3 times more than anybody else.
Right, working hard is great, but if you tell the poor black kid to study hard, it's not going to do anything. But if you tell the kid who was born with a Ferrari in his head, then it will work. But the guy with a Pinto in his head, like, it doesn't matter. Like, he's not going to learn, polar coordinates for calculus.
Even black people have one relative that totally kicked ass in life.
Oh, for sure. 25% of the smartest blacks are smarter than half of all the whites. But as an aggregate, like, group IQ rates are pretty static.
I know the graphs on that.
Yeah. And then the number one group, I put an asterisk next to them because, oh wow, it's like the FBI investigating themselves. Like, hey, we found ourselves innocent. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Which group is that?
The one I can't talk about. just ask Kanye West. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this book is really famous, very controversial in the social science circles. But yeah.
Something Sahara, and you'll find it.
And there's a reason why Sub-Saharan Africa never invented the wheel, never built anything above 2 stories, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. And racist moment over. Okay.
But if you think about all the technologies in this world that's been invented, they're mostly invented by the Westerners.
Christian white men.
Yeah, Westerners, right?
With guns.
I don't know with guns or not.
Yeah.
So they have to be the group with the highest IQ.
They're not. But here's why Western civilization produced the most. It's because of the other parts of Western civilization. It's the other parts that have made it great. It's so Western society is the strongest because of property rights, separation of church and state, the scientific method, and the Greco-Roman religious and spiritual roots.
Well, they also had trade. I mean, the Chinese have that portion of people.
And geography. Geography.
They had a reason to kick ass.
Yeah, and geography, like, you need to be near oceans. Like, if you're stuck inland, like, it's game over. Like, you're not going to evolve.
Right.
So yeah, geography is destiny. Yeah.
Yeah, so guns come with pirates.
Yeah.
You
And,
gotta try to.
and it's, to answer Wani's question, the reason the white Christian male with rifles is so feared is because they have above average IQ, they have firearms, and in the modern translation is that becomes a mechanized fighting force. And the third thing is whites fight better as a group. They have the best hunter and gatherer coordination, which other groups don't share. Like, can you get a bunch of Chinese like young men to like walk in the same line? Like, good luck with that. But it's like herding cats. But yeah. So it's group coordination.
Right, but I thought in Asian culture, people are more conformist. They follow.
Right. That makes for shitty warriors.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you end up with the Gakugas. They're the ones who have no morals at all. You know,
Yeah.
if they join up as a gang, they can crush people. But that's still like 5% of the population, 30% of the population max.
And you take it to the extremes, like the Japanese have been cultivating the best slaves on the planet. It's the closest human approximation to like a drone or hive-based society. It's terrifying if you actually can see this. But yeah, where am I? Talk about demographics, I guess. Okay, this is a little bit downstream of the youth, but this is talking about the luxury market, and we do talk about watches here and there. So thought this was kind of cool. Swiss watch prices for automatics have declining in a big way here, so no surprises there. And then we can go to our famous Bloomberg subdial, was it watch index? Yeah. Here we go. What's it called? The subdial index. What was it? Here we go. Yeah, Bloomberg subdial watch index. Here we go. Where's the chart? But anyway, the luxury market is collapsing. No surprises there. But again, we saw this in China like 2-3 years ago. People were selling off their Hermes bags and whatnot, and yeah. Let's switch to US dollars and not pounds. Okay, so here's the Bloomberg subdial. This tracks, I think, like the top 50 something automatics, and but yeah, as you can see, the index is collapsing. So yeah, might be close. Yeah.
Warren, I just posted a video I found about Rolex.
Oh yeah.
The story of Rolex.
Oh cool. Yeah.
I just found it. Yeah, just came on my YouTube the other day.
Orphan Boy. Oh, I don't know about this. I'll check it out.
I know. It was interesting. I haven't watched it yet, but I thought it was interesting since you brought up the watch and all that.
Okay.
Rolex is one of the most.
I'll check it out. Yeah. And in due time, I will be hustling entry-level submariners for sure. And as Larry pointed out before, it's a good tax dodge. Yeah, and here, yeah, we'll check out our next article. Sliding Swiss watch exports could be negative for luxury stocks. Ooh. And a big part of this are it's the new money group that's out of China. They love this shit. So I moved to the Hayward Hills, and one of my neighbors is obviously a Chinese fob. And it's like a nice 2-story house that's super run down. But there's a Maserati in the driveway. But the house is a piece of shit. And I'm like, that is so Chinese, like country Chinese. Like I just and then this one mofo was standing out in the front smoking like the very tar heavy Chinese brand of cigarettes. Like I think it smells disgusting. Like if you're gonna smoke something better. Like even menthol's better. But the Chinese folks, they like the high tar shit that just smells horrible. I think some of you know what I'm talking about.
Dude, this is kind of like a weird thing. I just drove through Kailua yesterday on Oniava, and there was a Bentley. There was a Bentley sitting in one of the homes, and it looks like it's an abandoned home. A Bentley convertible. Shit, I should have took a picture.
Yeah, so stuff like that's always interesting to me.
Yeah, that was like really, really weird because I was driving through the neighborhood and it's like, what's going on here? Here's a nice Bentley convertible sitting in front of this beat up house on the front yard. So something's up.
Yeah.
Hey, Warren, did you say you moved to Haywood Hills?
Yeah. So I'm behind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
You're very-
behind Cal State East Bay. Yeah.
No kidding.
Mhm.
You're my neighbor now.
I am.
Okay, we'll have to get together.
Yeah. And
I need to learn how to play poker.
Oh, have you been playing a lot?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. I'm trying to pull up Louis Vuitton's ticker. Why is this not working? Oh, I think my Thinkorswim is crashing. Oh God.
The other to look up is take a look at Hermes too. Hermes is also another because it's like one of my friends flew out here just to pick up a Hermes bag.
They're not publicly traded, right?
I don't know if they are. Are they? But I couldn't believe he took a day trip just to fly out here just to pick up a bag.
Is his wife hot?
His wife is not like what he does. You know, it's like he's the one that collects cars like nobody's biz. He's the one with the Zanardi NSX.
But the wife's not hot, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the wife's a great she's an awesome nurse. Sweetest lady in the world. That's why it's like I don't think it's her. I think it's him.
Oh, this might be a makeup bag. Like, I fucked up, honey. Let me get you a nice present. You know, the Kobe apology diamond.
Yeah, I was surprised. And when he pointed out what it's worth on the market, I couldn't believe it. 11,000 bag that's worth over 28,000 on the outside market. So I'm stumped.
And there's a waiting list. So that's why he flew over, because his name came up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. And I just pulled up the Hermes ticker if you just saw. Where was it? Where did it just go? Hermes stock. It's not on the US exchange. I think the only person who can do this is Linda. Linda, are you in this position?
No, I'm not.
Have you heard
I
about
love
Hermes
Hermes, I
stock?
love Louis Vuitton, but I don't
Okay.
I don't trade them.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of too late now, but this is like an all-time high. This is crazy.
It's too expensive.
There's no options? Oh, okay. Yeah. And then we're at a high mark for Louis Vuitton. So yeah, might be time to go the other direction. Okay, cool. Okay. We could skip this, not important. Real estate. So yeah, with we're a little bit behind, but yeah, let's speed up a little bit. Okay, so with rate cuts, there's a lot of mortgage reset problems in the commercial real estate sector. So this is what? This is the German market. This is European German market. Okay, this isn't us. But effectively, here we go. Sorry, wrong chart. Okay, real estate stock valuations have bounced, and we saw our sector rotation data earlier. So while that's a week-to-week snapshot, you can imagine on this continuum, we're seeing this unfold 1 week at a time. So the commercial debacle is anything but solved, and that's also related to the regional banks and stuff that we built out to Ed's point earlier. And that's mainly centered around the KRE ETF. And I was just looking at the fundamentals or the makeup of this while I think we were talking earlier. And let me just point out to you guys one more time. So the top bank now in this cluster, or the remaining folks include New York Community Bancorp. That's the biggest one. So let's just go to that really quick and I'll show you guys the sector. So as we're putting together trade ideas going into summer, this might be a point for some seasonal shorts. So yeah, here we go. Top 20 holdings for KRE. New York Community Bancorp, Western Alliance is number 2. We've seen this name up here, in the top 5 for a long time. The rest have been all over the place. For the Asians, we do know East West Bank, and that's the number 9 player right here. So yeah. And they did have a bail-in that screwed up one of my trades, but that's okay. I'll be back for blood. But yeah, here's New York Bancorp. Yeah, and as you can see, outflows galore, not fun, no one's convinced. And yeah, still in very sideways downstream action. And let's take a glance at the betting public. And it'll be interesting to see what finally does pop the bubble. Why is everyone buying the dip? Does someone know something that I don't? This makes no sense. Okay. Okay, fine. I guess people want to ride this, but yeah. Oh, and all right, oh, it had to take off. And yeah, thanks, Flaw, for our earnings. Okay. Okay, let's jump back to our articles. We're getting a little bit long in the tooth here. Kurt, you had a comment?
I looked through my emails. I didn't find anything.
For oh, are you talking to us, Kurt?
No, sorry.
Oh, sorry, no worries. All good. Okay. Let's get out of here. Okay. Baltimore is the new Detroit. They're selling $1 homes. And similar to Japan, they're selling outlying estates and whatnot, but they're not really free. They have to be brought up to code. So you'll spend tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars rescuing these shanty pieces of shit. So yeah, there is white flight for sure. I would not take Baltimore seriously at all, but yeah. Has anyone lived in Baltimore before? No? Okay, good. It means you survived. All right, let's jump to tech news. Again, shout out to Ross. This is a great diagram, and we'll have to find an update to this. But yeah, we do have the Reddit IPO, as we saw earlier. This is kind of really sad to me because I'm a huge fan of Reddit, but I've seen it transform into a monster. And there's a couple reasons for that, mainly because of general woke culture, and also their overlords took over. And they killed Aaron Swartz, who was the founder of Reddit. Really smart pro-privacy guy. And of course, before that, he had to die. And very suspicious involvement, I mean, or suspicious moment of his death, blah, blah, blah. And the folks who took over the company afterwards are extremely lefty. And like there's what's the name? Reddit's CEO is Ellen Powell or something. Yeah, this hoe, she did a sexual harassment lawsuit, and that was her first claim to fame. And
that's right. This is
she did the right Kamala Harris on your knee pads type service to get into this, to stay in the C-suite. And then she basically became the John Cena and opened the door to China to buy a large stake into Reddit under her watch. And she's also overlaps a little bit with Sam Bankman-Fried and Jeffrey Epstein, because she knows exactly what was happening in both situations and stayed aloof in the sidelines. Like, if I ever disappear and go vigilante and this person ends up in a body bag, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Yeah, really dark history. And she's a vegetarian. Ugh. what a biatch. Okay. Um,
Yeah, because she basically, oh, what was it not? I'm trying to remember the firm that she was at, because it was a very
yeah,
big,
yeah,
ugly
yeah,
law.
yeah. What
Great.
company was that? Yeah, I think we're both remembering vaguely the same. There's just been so much news, but
Yeah, because I had another friend that also worked there too. Darn, what is its name? It was the one that invested in all these
Kleiner
different.
Perkins. Kleiner
There you
Perkins.
go, Klein Perkins.
Yeah. Yeah, the VC community is not as it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
So yeah,
it's a very interesting learning experience.
I won't say she needs to die, but I will say she doesn't need to live. Okay. So yeah, Reddit's gonna go IPO. I haven't heard anything about this in the pre-IPO group I'm in. So I don't think they have access to this, or at least maybe we're working with the wrong underwriter or something. But yeah, let's see. What else? Oh, 1213. Okay, we got to speed up and close this out. Okay. EV adoption rates in Illinois need to triple up to be compliant, which is not going to happen. But we've seen everyone reject EVs all across the board, so no surprises there. Supposedly, Biden's going to refill the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. We know that's a bunch of baloney. We've been looking at that quite a bit, and you know what? We don't have time to look into it right now, but yeah. Gold prices have been amazing. I'll show you guys GLD. Silver's been pacing behind at an anemic pace, but it's been fun. All right, so here's GLD. And then this moved a lot, especially yesterday afternoon, especially post Jerome Powell decision and whatnot. So as you can see here, here's my old trend lines, but yeah, we're seeing this new gap up, and yeah, I think gold will stay north of 2000 now indefinitely, since even ATR's dropped, and this plateau is the new watermark. So yeah, so that's fun for gold, and silver is slowly pacing it somewhat. And then gold miners are also getting a sort of brief revival, but they're still kind of extremely unpopular, relatively speaking, because of a lot of dollars that would normally go to gold are going to the crypto community. So higher alpha there at the moment. But yeah, gold is the golden dragon is awakening bit by bit. And I've been watching for COMEX and the Shanghai Gold Exchange data. I have a couple alerts set up for that. And the general gist is the Shanghai Gold Exchange has better spreads, but they have more fake product. And COMEX, everyone knows they have fake product, but they issue more receipts than anyone else. And they're willing to play this game of hot potato. So which system is more corrupt and who will kill each other first? That's a question that will be played out in the next 36 months. But yeah. Okay, getting to Chinese news. Let's look at the Shanghai Exchange first. And again, the 3,000 watermark on the Shanghai Exchange is the key level that Beijing needs to maintain to look decent. And as you can see, since 2005s and 7s, it's been like the market's really gone nowhere. It's been at the 3,000 level for a long time. So it's their own kind of stagflation in a way. Okay, so it took a lot of money to bump this up at this level, and we'll see how long it can sustain itself. And let's look at the US dollar to RMB conversion rate. Still 7.2. Okay, good. Still pretty, okay, hasn't moved too much. All right, let's get into the news cycle. All right, so there's been a lot of sabotage that's been happening. On the public side, it's reported as like a lot of explosions and industrial accidents. Being an insider, like I know what this is. These are the different commie factions at war with each other. And it's like if the Shanghai mafia can't have all of China, then no one gets to have it. So It's always fun to blow up things, and no exception there. And then looking at banking restrictions, there are still daily limits in terms of withdrawal limits, like 500 RMB. That's like $80 US. That's garbage. It's nothing. Like this is in mini banks and major banks, and these are like the top 5 banks of China, like China Construction Bank, Agricultural Bank of China. Like these are serious problems. So God help you if you need to pay an expensive medical bill and they take cash only, or you need to buy an organ or something. Because if it's in a bank, you're not getting it out. And if you do need to get out large funds, you probably have to slip a convenience charge in cash to the right bank manager. All right. We talked about also the youth unemployment issue affecting Chinese women marriage prospects. And here's a little bit bigger blurb about that. What else did I copy and paste? Oh yeah. So China's printed 5 trillion RMB in the last 6 months. What is that in US dollars? Let's call it 5,000. How do I tell you this? 5 trillion. How do I even write this? 7.2. So it's about what is that? So 5 trillion. Let me have to think. Here, we'll do it this way. 5 trillion times 7.2. So that's the US version. That's 30. So yeah, so it's 36. Wait, I did it wrong? No, so it should be 5 divided by. Okay, I'll do this wrong. But effectively, this is close to $1 trillion US dollars, basically. So they printed that much in 6 months, let alone the years before that. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem with this is their attempt to stop deflation, ironically. All right. Other little interesting tidbit, the BYD chairman has his his second wife and child in the US, and they're running BYD operations on US soil, which is interesting. So and again, they're not going to sell BYD in America because they can't compete with Tesla, and they know that, and they're calling stuff like, oh, the market is too saturated already in America. But yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see, what did Flau say? BYD building Mexico factory. So yeah, in terms of Mexico and Canada, we've seen China flood into US markets and override trade agreements thanks to dumping policies through Canada and Mexico. So long as they assemble or produce some of the production in Canada or Mexico, that's the way to get around trade agreements and just dump things at below cost. So
said that he was gonna put a 100% tariff on stuff that comes from Mexico if China did it, just as a stake in the ground.
I totally support that. And Larry recommended to us this kick-ass book. I'm halfway done with it. Where is it? Yeah, No Trade is Free by Robert Lighthizer. He was Trump's free trade delegate guy. And this book is really good. It's really fresh. So 2023 came out. Yeah. But yeah, BYD in Mexico. That's interesting. Wow. But I don't know if they'll enter the US market though, all things said. Why is it? Okay, but yeah, this captcha's getting crazy. Okay, but yeah, we see it here. And let's go to Thinkorswim and take a look at our Chinese tickers. So yeah, it has been a little bit bullish, and I don't trade bullish stocks on merchants of death. So, but yeah, I do expect this to go the other direction at some point. There are strong inflows at the moment, but I don't know how long this will last. And as you can see here, yeah, plus 200 million shares positive on Chinese large cap stocks here. And we can go to KWeb. This is just China internet stocks. So this, while it has been supported, even with all of the money printing, it's only at the zero line, and this will go the other direction pretty quickly. I mean, if you think about it in this way, it's all the foreigners holding up Chinese tech stocks. And we go to CWeb, here is the 2xer. So if you want a leverage position, and even here you can see on momentum, it's also below the zero line. So the Chinese internet sector is subsidized at best and due for an immediate correction, if not downright rip your face off depression in the near future. And if we look at Alibaba, the titan of the internet tech stocks, yeah, they're slightly seeing improvement, but not by much. There's still a lot of sellers in the recent trading history. So this will not really go anywhere. I mean, look at the chart, the 1-year chart. It's just sideways. And that's with cash injections left and right. And if we look at other cousins like Baidu and stuff, we're seeing a very negative trend. So Baidu is like my most profitable ticker for this year so far. So this has been a better dog to short, at least for me. And then there's also on the Temu side, this is the parent company of Pinduoduo here, which just had earnings and big gap up, and then they gave away all of the gains. I'm not in here at the moment, but I did trade earnings, so that's about it. But yeah, I think that's to be expected for the most part. And then we saw NEO pop up on our sector rotation list. And here's NEO. This has been a good loser. And the reason this is a little bit different from internet stocks is at least CapEx expenditures with physical products are astronomical. And this has been a nightmare for NEO for a long time because they've been completely state subsidized since the beginning. And unfortunately, they were state subsidized by the Shanghai clique and not the Beijing clique. So these guys are also marked for death by Beijing. And yeah, the NEO office right on First Street in San Jose closed months ago. They closed in the fall of last year. So I've always been optimistic about their demise. And I think I think I showed you guys before, like the founding CEO. Like I looked like this guy, like his face just reminds me of like triad criminals. I was like, what is this former gangster doing at the helm of this company? But yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, earnings. What did Shri say? Let's take a look at Lululemon. And like I cannot imagine being a young person today and being stuck in middle school and high school and college when all the girls are wearing yoga pants left and right. Like tight jeans and stuff was bad enough when I was growing up. Like I don't know how kids are surviving these days. If I have kids, I'm gonna have to send them to like an all-boys school or something. But yeah, here's Lululemon. $150 yoga pants made in China. It's been quite the dog. And not to be really sexist, but this is a key component of a couple of my watch lists, ironically. For the sort of 30 to 40-year-old future cat ladies of America who are single and unmarried. Yeah, the standard, what did I call this? Leftovers? Oh God, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, leftovers. It's part of the leftover women concept, I guess, right? So yeah, you'll see fashion, Bed Bath & Beyond, dog stuff, cat stuff, alcohol, home stuff, domestic stuff, fast food, dating apps, lingerie, Costco, beauty stuff, sugar, more alcohol, more wine, Chipotle, and yeah, there's supposed to be Lululemon here, but yeah. Yeah, Lululemon. Cool. And now that I've pissed off everybody, let's talk earnings. Let's find a nice 2 sigma bet. Oh yeah, let me turn off the recording. Anything else you guys want to look at or talk about?